Hi, everybody. Sam here. I am so excited to be here with my friend Debbie. She is a Texan just like me, or at least she is now. We'll have to find out if you've been in Texas your whole life or not. But we are here and we're ready to talk to you about the B word, healing one boundary at a time, the virtual summit coming up. And Debbie is one of our amazing speakers. I want to let her introduce herself to you. Just Debbie, share just like a minute or so about who you are, how you help in the world, and then we'll talk a little bit about boundaries.
Yeah, I get all these wonderful titles. I get the title of CEO of a large nonprofit here in the Houston area called Anchor Point. I get the wonderful title of being a mom of 9 adopted children that bring complicated backgrounds and everything to our lives. And then I've had wonderful journey in life that has led through infertility and loss and just lots of opportunities to grow and to learn how to use boundaries to help me be successful in life. And so that's just a little bit about who I am. And I get to help people that are stuck get unstuck and stay unstuck. That's what I like to do.
Yeah, thank you so much, Debbie. And it's interesting because the women that are in Safe Heart Connections, which is where we're hosting the summit, it's
Mhm.
very interesting as I've gotten to know several of the women. Your story of infertility and then adoption is very much not uncommon. There's
Mhm.
two women that come to mind just immediately that I know that have a very similar story. And
Mm.
so I love how you get to use part of that to help connect in the world, but that's not all. Like you probably help other people that aren't dealing with infertility as well. You can probably help anybody get unstuck.
Yeah, we do. I found those boundary kind of things that you can learn to put in place are good for anything. Like the skills that I have learned, and we'll talk about when we do the seminar, is I use those as a CEO running a nonprofit. I use it with employees. I use it with my children. I use it with my spouse. I use it in every situation. And it's been invaluable. When I'm coaching, I actually spend a lot of time coaching people who are figuring their way on their faith walks. And they're like, I want to be more. I want to do more. I don't understand what's holding me back. And it's these same questions help you figure your way. And that's
Yeah.
what we want because we want to be all that we can be while we're here on the earth and have the biggest impact and have the biggest ripple effects. So
Yeah.
that's what I get to do.
Yeah. I love the ripple effect and I teach overflow, and the overflow, as you imagine it going out, it is actually a ripple. It's another
Yes.
name for the ripple. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I love that. And so you are so right when it comes to boundaries that it's not just one part of your life. What I have found is if you don't have boundaries in one area, you probably don't have it in the other area or the other area. And so don't give away what you're going to be talking about at the summit, but tell us just one way to identify maybe that you're having a boundary issue or a way just to start to think about things a little bit differently that maybe you would suggest.
Yeah. So here's the thing that I would take away is that I'm not going to give you a clue about how to do boundaries, but it really is our perspective on boundaries because we see boundaries as bad things, limitations. It removes freedoms. It's like I'm being put in jail. And actually, if we could learn to fall in love with good boundaries, actually free us to be all that we need to be. So it's not that it's about limiting you, it's about setting you up for the best success and the best opportunity to be an impact player. And I think really it is truly just the mindset that is the key to learning to lean into boundaries and what are healthy boundaries, right? We don't want unhealthy boundaries, we want healthy boundaries. And so, how can I learn how to maximize that and realize that while painful as I start trying to live by boundaries, that the chaos eventually ends and you get to this new freedom that you never knew could ever exist. And it's like, oh my gosh, this is what I wanted. And I ran from it for so long. And I just think we have to look at it not as limitations, as it's an opportunity for us to just hone in and excel. And then our perspective changes and we
Yeah,
go at it from
that's
a whole
so
different.
good. That's so good. I've heard a lot of times people say, don't ask God for patience because then he's going to give you something to be patient about. And so now I've been working on planning this boundary summit. So guess what he's been helping me with?
Boundaries. Yeah,
Really,
no
really
joke.
fine tuning my own boundaries. And I have some pretty good ones over the years. I've been able to create things and it's not even like a thing that most people know. It's not like I'm saying this is my boundary with you. I just hold it and I know if something doesn't resonate or I'm not doing, I'm just not. But when it comes to my work, I own two companies and Safe Art Connections is one and my admin company. And I still find that sometimes my clients with my admin stuff for sure, they push that line of they need something. And so one of them is a dear friend and I love him deeply, but he messaged me a couple weeks ago at 3:30 p.m. on a Sunday. And he's like, "Hey, can you look at this?" And there was an error, and it wasn't really an error, but it was something he thought was an error. And I thought, well, I can just look at it really quickly and fix it, show him what to do. And then he started asking deeper questions. And I said, "Would it be okay if we talk about this tomorrow?" And he was totally fine with it. But I had to, and I wasn't like, "Hey, you're breaking my boundary, fool." It was just like, "Hey, can we just talk about this tomorrow?" And it was fine. And so a
Mhm.
lot of times I think people are afraid to say this is what is good for me because they're afraid how somebody's going to respond. But
Mm.
people that truly care about you and they want good for you, they're going to most of the time honor that. But
Well,
it
if
does
they,
start in the mindset for
it
sure.
does. And if they really love you and want what's best for you too, then they will honor those things. It is a true sign of how they really feel about you. And I remember I had a daughter that was a drug addict on the streets for many years, and she had a boyfriend on the streets. And I wouldn't let her, when she came out and was getting better, I wouldn't let her go see him one Thanksgiving. She was like, "Oh, I can just go hang out over there." And I'm like, "No, this isn't going to be good." And I'm like, where in your right mind do you think that's good? And I was like, look, if he's really in a good space now and you're in a good space and you tell him no this time, then you'll see that he's in a good space. And if he loves and values you, he will honor that and he will wait. And so she actually made the good choice and kept the boundary and didn't go, but it was really hard. And we get ourselves in those places. And if we are living for what people think of us, then we're going to be in trouble. So we have to remember in my world, I live for what God thinks of me. And if that's the only person I please, then that is good. And that gives us the ability to have the boundaries and go, no, this is healthy for me. It's healthy for you. I get your guy that got you at 3 on a Sunday. I'm catching up on Sunday, so I probably would have sent that to you, but I wouldn't have expected you to get back with me till Monday.
Yeah.
I just need to get it off my checklist.
Yeah, yeah, I know. So I feel that, right? And
Yeah.
so as a business owner, sometimes when I message my own team, sometimes it's when it's wherever time it is, whether night,
Yes.
day,
Yeah.
and I always say, do not, this is not for now. This is for when you're back working. And my client that I mentioned, he would have totally understood.
Yeah.
And so,
Yeah.
and it was something that truly I could fix really quickly. So why not? Right?
Yeah.
But when
Yeah.
he wanted to go down deeper, I'm like, yeah, this is going to take brain power I don't have today, or I had it, I just wasn't willing to give it in that moment because I was spending time with my husband,
Yeah.
right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so it's just so good. But there's so many stories in the last couple of weeks that are very similar to that, all around boundaries. And I'm like, I see you, God. I see what you're doing.
Mhm. And he wants to use this conference, I think, to
Yeah.
refine us and take us to the next level. And our boundaries may be absolutely great, and God is just calling us to a higher level. And so when He does, it means, hey, I have to create space to be able to go there. And so it might mean I have to redefine these boundaries a little bit to be able to get the space. If not, I can't do what he's wanting me to do or calling me to be. And so it actually is like a promotion and it's exciting, but it's, oh, I got to fix that. And I got
I know,
no,
I
and I
know.
gotta sacrifice that, but I'm going, "This is for his glory, and if this brings him glory, then let's do the hard work of the
Yes,
boundary and figure it out."
agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed, 100%. Debbie, I want to make sure that the link is around this video for any of the ladies that want to sign up. It is free to RSVP and attend the summit. You will fill out your name and your email. It's going to ask for your phone number as well. But if you don't want to do your phone number, you don't have to. That's just if you want text reminders. And right after that, you're going to be sent to Safe Heart Connections, our page where you set up your account there. You will want to be logged in there, ladies, because there's some fun stuff in there. The participants guide, there's going to be a contest where you can win like a stupid cool prize, and you want to be in the community. So if you have any questions or have any trouble getting in, we'll be able to help you navigate that. But I'm so excited for the 30 women that are coming together to share their thoughts, their message around boundaries and how we can truly heal one boundary at a time. Any closing thoughts before we wrap up, Debbie?
No, just excited that, hey, we all have great worth and great value, and this is just an opportunity to take it to the next level.
Mic drop. Very good. I'll see you soon.
All right.